if you guys have questions, you can type it in the chat. Yep, and let me know, we can chat. Alrighty, so welcome everyone. Today we are going to talk about the cleanse and restore. And we have a challenge for our team. And the challenge is going to start in September, 1st of September, but we are going to collect our staff and learn about the cleanse this month, okay? So try and get as many team members as you can. You can go ahead and share this video with them as well, all right? And we'll get as many people to do the cleanse with us, because it's so much easier to do it as a team than to do it by yourself. Okay, so I'm going to get started if that's okay. Anyone have any questions, burning questions? You can ask as we go along as well, okay? All right, so let me share the screen with you and we will get started here. Okay, so let me do screen sharing. Okay, and okay, so welcome everyone. All right, so this is one of the classes of our Natural Wellness Lifestyle course. It's got a new look, but it's very similar to the one that you are enrolled in, if you are already enrolled in it. So I'll have this information in this book. So for people who just want to look things up really quickly, I have a book that I'm putting together for you. All right, so this here is the cleanse and restore. We'll talk about why we cleanse, all about the cleanse, and then we'll talk about how it really works, and then some tips. Okay, so if you guys have any experience or stories you want to share, you're welcome to share it, okay? All right. So this is 30 days. It's broken up to 3 sections. You can see that. And I try to tell people to always get an extra Terrazyme. The way this cleanse is, you will run out of Terrazyme. So they should have 2 Terrazymes in that pack really, but they don't. And most people, they get frustrated because halfway through they run out of Terrazyme. So you go ahead and place an order with 2 Terrazymes, you guys, okay? Good, good, good. Yep. So I have information on my website about the cleanse. So just my name, jbolden.com/cleanse. Okay. And you can, on there, there's a link to join the Facebook group. And in that Facebook group, you can ask questions or type up you know, your experience as you go, and it's just all about cleanse, and everyone in there is all about cleanse, okay? And then there's a button there, it says get cleanse and restore support, or if you scroll down you see this box, get cleanse and restore daily emails. So do not put your name in there and email in until you are all ready to go. The first email that's going to get to you will be day 0, okay? And so do not text me or email me back and say, hey, I haven't got my stuff yet and I accidentally joined it. Because I'm like, there's too many people that's doing that. So just when you're all ready and you're good to go, then put your name in it, because it'll start from day 0. So today will be day 0, and then tomorrow is day 1 when you actually start. And every day I send an email early in the morning to let you know what oils you have for that day, what oils you're meant to take, and then what you may be feeling, and just to remind you some of the things like drink water, you might have a headache around this time, this is what you might be feeling, okay? So just to give you some help there, and a reminder every day. All right, so you guys make sure you put that email down, okay? Not email, website down, and then put your email in there when you're ready. Is that good? Understood? Yeah, okay. So the main idea of what we're trying to do here is to get rid of the toxins and the invaders in our bodies that make us sick. Okay, does that make sense? Our body doesn't just be sick for no reason. Okay, we have toxins and invaders in our body that causes that. All right, so when we remove or cleanse the toxins, we allow our body to heal and function optimally. Okay, so that equals wellness. That makes sense? And when we effectively cleanse, we have a better quality of life. Okay, so this is not a 3-day juicing or lemon cleanse. This is a really effective cleanse. So we really have to talk about this. All right. So I want you to understand that when we have healthy cells, okay, because when the cells are clean, they're healthy. We have healthy tissues, and then we'll have healthy organs, and then we are healthy, okay? So everything is at the cellular level, okay? So I want you to answer this question, guys. Maybe one of two of you can unmute. How would having healthy cells improve your general health?
Less pain.
Yep. Anyone else?
More energy.
Yep. Right. Anyone else? What are we looking for? If your cells are cleaner, how would it improve?
You can be in a better mental state.
Yes, that's right. Okay, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Debbie?
I love your saying, Jade. Healthy cells, healthy tissues, healthy organs, healthy body systems.
That's right.
So, yeah, foundational. So.
It's not a huge mystery, right? Good health is just that, any health problems we have. So why are we cleansing? Because there's lots of toxins in the environment. Okay, we have pollutions, right? We have the modern food production. There's a lot of toxins and preservatives, okay, and other things in there, okay? We have household cleaners that, you know, we've inhaled or we've touched over the years, okay? They're toxic. We have personal care products that may be toxic, and these toxins are stored in our bodies, okay? Vaccines and medications, they have toxins in them too. Even the casing is xenoestrogenic, right? And of course, there's fungus and parasites and unfriendly bacteria. So lots of stuff that we need to cleanse out, alrighty? So we have the invaders, right? Or toxins, which causes cancer. So we call them carcinogens, right? They weaken our immunity. And just they damage us in small, seemingly insignificant amounts, but it adds up. And of course, it causes mutation and adds up over the years. So if you look at this here, this is taken from a video. I send this video out every now and then by Jennifer Bittner. And, you know, they have a live blood analysis. And you can see there's liver sludge, there's parasites, and it's eggs inside the cells. And this girl, she's on Lifelong Vitality Pack, right? So she's got some good, healthy, plump cells. The ring around it, the bright ring, that's just oxygen, right? Because it's healthy. And then the bright spots there is acid, okay? So even though she's taking good care of herself, taking the supplements and all that, she still needs to cleanse, okay? So all of us, we all need to cleanse, right? So I like to use an analogy. An analogy is the home, right? So, you know, if you have a messy home, a messy, dirty home, right? You want to clean it, of course, right? So how often do you clean your home? I do it at least once a week, right? You know, on Saturdays we do house cleaning chore day, right? But we do a lot of little things every day. We do dishes every day, right? And you know, what happens when we leave it too long, right? It looks like the picture above, right? So how do you physically feel in a dirty, messy environment? So if your home is dirty and messy, how do you physically feel? Does anyone want to answer that?
Exhausted.
Yeah, you're just exhausted looking at all the mess, right? But that's how you feel on the inside too when there's a lot of toxins. Okay, does that make sense? Over the years, you have things building up in there. So how do you feel in a beautiful, clean home?
Fresh.
Fresh and light.
Mhm.
Feel light. Okay, and that's what we're going to feel. We're going to have, people experiencing weight loss. We have people, having clear skin. Okay, because like that picture on the bottom there, everything's clean, everything is clear. Okay, and then your brain will be the same as well. Okay, so what's happening on the outside sometimes you can see is what's happening on the inside as well. Okay, so all right, so how do you think life would be different if we could remove the toxins from our body? I grew up in Australia, so I had lots of modern medications, headaches and things, and I would take lots of Panadol and, years and years of that. Imagine the damage it's done to my body, right? So when I joined doTERRA and I started cleansing, it was amazing. I felt like this picture here, like, oh my gosh, I could get off my bed without like peeling myself off. Have you guys experienced that when you wake up in the morning, you're like, I'm stuck. I'm like, I sunk into my bed and I can't peel myself off. Right. And that was me 10 years ago. But now, I can jump out and start doing this and that. And that's amazing. It's like I got my life back. Okay. Alrighty. So we understand what our body is doing. We need to understand how it responds to toxins. So it does two things with toxins, you guys. It eliminates toxins through feces, urine, and sweat, or it isolates toxins. So it isolates it in the fat. Okay, so we have the fat that wraps itself around toxins to protect us. Okay, so after a while, what happens when there's more and more toxins? Our body can't handle it. The organs can't handle it, right? The cells can't handle it. So if you imagine the cells is like a cup, all right, and you're pouring and pouring and pouring more toxins in there all the time to the point where it's all full now. And then you introduce maybe a piece of dust or cat dog fur or something, or pollen. What happens? Something itty bitty like that can cause us to have allergies, right? Because our body has had enough of the toxins. It's way too much. It's like the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? It's just a little itty bitty pollen or dust. Why should it cause you to stop your day? Why should it ruin your day or week, right? But it does. So who here experiences like allergies and things, or did? Just raise your hand. Yeah. Anyone? Yep. Yep. So Cheryl, do you want to share anything? You don't have to, about the allergies.
Yeah, so that the allergies were one of the things that really got me started using doTERRA products to begin with. Because I was on all of the medication for allergies, and I was just really tired of it. When I learned that, about the oils, I started using them, and I would think after about a year, I noticed that I wasn't having the symptoms as much. And it was amazing. But when I did a cleanse, I noticed that I just really didn't have any of the allergy symptoms anymore. So it's been amazing. So
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just like amazing that nobody told me that I could heal from allergies, right? I thought you were born with it and it was just happened to you. But now I know it's because my body was, wrapping toxins in the fat cells and it was just too much for it, right? And when I released it and cleansed it, it's sort of like an empty cup, right? The cells are clean, and if there's a little dust and little speck of whatever, pollen, my body says, okay, that's okay, I can handle it, and it's amazing. Now I can be around pets. I can, eat dairy. I can do things, even if it's like a little bit here and there in the foods here, but I don't react. My skin doesn't have eczema anymore. I don't have headaches anymore like I used to. It's just amazing, and definitely super easy to understand. If my cells are clean, right, my cells are functioning properly, it's communicating properly. So let me help you understand the degree of how dirty we are on the inside. All right, so if we have bad breath in the morning, that's one sign. Lack of energy, okay, acne skin, rashes, thrush, restless sleep, brain fog, irregular bowel movements, gut issues. When I say gut issue, it's a big, broad term for lots of little things. Crohn's, colitis, you name it. Okay, all the fancy smashy names for gut problems. It's just gut rot. Okay, irregular periods, or you have the endometriosis, or anything to do with ovaries and the uterus. Okay, lots of fancy names again. Okay, infertility, memory concerns. Did you read something like 5 seconds ago and you forgot what you read and you had to go back again? Right? It's like, what? Crazy. Or you're calling your kid and you're like, wait, what's your name? It's my child. It's silly, but that happens and we're like, what's happening to me? Right? Memory concerns. It's just crazy when you walk into a room and you're like, wait, why did I walk in here? Let me just go backwards again. And it was just how it is. And you think, am I losing my mind already? Okay, that's because there's a lot of, I call it traffic jam in our body, and the messages are not getting into our brains fast enough. Okay, premature aging. All right, so the good news is when we cleanse more, we actually look a little younger. Okay, allergies, I mentioned that, right? Okay, irritability and emotional instability. Okay, so one moment you're rare, you're gonna be nice mums now. Okay, nicer people now. Headaches and aches, just aches in all over your body. You can't, I couldn't make a fist in the morning. If I accidentally slept with my arms up, I'm like stuck there for a little while. Okay, some of you feel like that when you wake up. You're like, I'm squeaky. I can't move. And until you can warm up a little bit, right? Cellular issues. So that means cancer, right? Tumors. Okay, so you're not as intuitive. So when people, can feel and hear God and things, you're like, nope, not me, right? A hard time empathizing with people, right? You just get annoyed more than you understand, okay? You have a hard time focusing, right? You get distracted easily, scatterbrain, right? Feeling overwhelmed a lot, okay? So any of you guys have any of those symptoms? Maybe one. Like, all of me, that's all of me. Yeah.
Can
What do
I just say something, sis?
Yeah, Marcy, funny. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Jen.
Yeah. So you were saying before about the house analogy.
Right.
To me, I also use the house analogy, but I think of it as okay, so how long have you lived in this house? So I'm like
Mhm.
36 years old.
Mhm.
I've lived in this house for 36 years old, and probably we take out the trash maybe like once a day, or and to me that's like how many times you poop, right?
Right.
So if we're taking out the trash, say 1 bag a day, but think about the amount of things that we've purchased, the things that are getting old in the house. Like if we don't do a household cleanup once in a while,
Mhm.
then it'll be like a hoarding house, it'll be like full of junk. So no matter how many good clean things that you buy and put inside your house, it's still filthy, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that's how I see it. So you need to take out more than 1 bag a day, and
Yeah.
then you need to do this full like spring cleaning once in a while, several times a year.
Yep. That's really good. So you need to cleanse your body all the time anyways, but a couple of times a year. So I'll share with you how many times exactly, and you will know, okay, according to yourself. So of course we live in this modern world where we have these challenges. We're busy and we don't take care of ourselves. We don't eat right. Okay, we stress a lot. And when we stress a lot, we don't allow ourselves to go to the toilet a lot. Okay, so we're not doing number 2 a lot. Okay, and if food is left in a warm environment, like in our kitchen, for example, for 6 hours, okay, it starts to go bad. But what if it's 12 hours, right? What if it's one whole day? So not everyone goes to the toilet and poops every day, even, okay? And so what happens to that food? It starts to rot. And then that's the bad breath that we smell, okay? We smell the rot, okay? So if we cleanse all our pipes, okay, when we eat, it should trigger digestion, okay, and whatever we ate earlier that day, we eliminate that, right? So it keeps on going through, it doesn't stay, right? It doesn't start to rot your body. So we have, of course, bad flora in our gut, and then we have candida fungus. So candida fungus is huge. It's a big problem. So it's the fungus that rots our body, that breaks down our body when we die. But we don't want it to overgrow now, okay? But when it when our mind is busy and stressed, we don't share that energy with our body. We don't relax enough for our body to go to the bathroom regularly. So we create an environment for it to grow. And when it grows too much, it matures and it grows a tail and leaves our gut. And it goes to different places in our body. And those places will have inflammation. Okay, so we'll have arthritis. So, one reason why we cleanse is to cleanse our body of the candida fungus, and then you will find that your body is more mobile. It's amazing, okay, because your body is not looking and searching for that moving, changing target, right? And when it does find it, what does it do? It causes inflammation in that area. It kind of breaks up the tissue and says, where are you? I need to eliminate you, right? So if it's not looking for that, you're not going to have that inflammation. And we keep on feeding that busyness and feeding that stress. We keep on creating an environment where the candida fungus grows more. We'll have chronic disease, okay? Because our body is constantly fighting and fighting and fighting and searching for that invader. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, so when that problem is not there anymore, your body doesn't have to stress over fighting it. All right, so that causes compromised immunity. And of course, when we have things that is in our body, I call them like gunked in our body, right? Our body is not able to absorb the nutrients. Okay, so when we're eating even good food and you're not absorbing the nutrients, you become malnourished. Okay, so some people don't even realize that some of their symptoms, their sickness, is because they're not nourished enough. Okay, so I'm going to break the news to you now. Okay, sometimes it gets ugly before it gets pretty. When we're doing a proper cleanse, Okay, I call it the refining fire. Okay, we just have to kind of experience some discomfort, and then it's going to be better on the other side. So I'm going to tell you now, because some of you probably go, what? You know, is it bad? Is it going to be really bad? I'll tell you now some of the symptoms, okay? But this is doable, and a lot of us have done it, okay? I had really bad chronic back pain. I had bone on bone in 2 areas. Now it's all good. It's all healed. I had chronic headaches, lots of allergies, lots of acne, eczema, you know, in my arms and fingers. And it took me at least 2 years of cleansing. So every 3 months I cleansed and I got better, cleansed and I got a little bit better, cleansed and I got a little bit better every single time. But my body just needed to cleanse layers and layers of stuff from 30 odd years, okay? So that was the journey, but it's permanent now. I don't have those headaches. I don't have, you know, the yucky skin anymore. I look much younger than some people my age, right? Because of the fact that I cleansed. All right, so here are some of the things that you might experience. Not everyone will experience this, okay? Some stomach cramps and pains. It's like, you know, you got to go to the bathroom, pains, right? So headaches, all right? You know, when the toxins are released, you might feel headaches. Just drink a lot of water, okay? Like flu-like symptoms. So when the toxins are floating around your body, you feel a little bit sick and just like not quite 100%, right? Because your cells are opening up, okay, and releasing the toxins in the blood, okay? You need to let it flush out, but it has to release in the blood first, okay? So you feel tired, you know, a little bit tired. Your skin might rash more. It depends. That means you might be cleansing too fast, and you might be angry with yourself. So it shows me that your kidneys still needs to be cleansed a little bit more. Okay, but we'll talk more about that later. Okay, menstruation issues. Sometimes people start their period in the middle of their cycles and things. It's just kind of weird because your body kind of adjusts and changes. Dry eyes and cracked lips. Okay, so the fungus is just coming out and it's like running away, right? Emotional, crying, or feeling maybe anger. I think a couple of days into the cleanse, I had a friend call me and say, I don't know why I'm so emotional. You told me I was going to be emotional. I thought it would take a couple of weeks, but I'm already emotional. I'm like, yeah, sometimes that happens. Okay. So smelly urine. So some people, if you are a heavy drinker, perhaps, this will cleanse, you know, your kidneys and, you know, your bladder, and the smelliness is the toxins, okay? Eventually it will smell fine, okay? Feeling cramps, so, you know, like the menstruation cramps maybe, or the tummy cramps. So allergies, maybe it will get worse, okay? Because the toxins are released, okay? But it's not gonna last very long. It's not that bad. So some people experience diarrhea, okay? I had a girl, she did the cleanse and she decided to do celery seed juicing as celery juicing at the same time. And I thought, she's like, no, I just want to cleanse everything. And she just had diarrhea for weeks. And I thought, you can slow down. She's like, no, I want to cleanse everything. I thought, okay, good luck. But she did. At the end of the month, she was so happy. She felt so cleansed, and she lost weight, and she was so happy. Okay, and sometimes people lose hair as well. All right. So any questions, guys? All right. So just keep that in mind. Don't freak out, okay? It will pass and you'll feel better. That's why I said a little bit ugly before it gets pretty. All right. So some of you might be thinking, I eat healthy. I juice and I just drink water and I'm healthy. I had a girl that had an organic farm, and that's all she ate was stuff from her farm. But she had psoriasis in her hair, and, you know, all over her neck and all over her body, front and back, all the way to her toes. And she said she just couldn't fix it. You know, she ate super healthy all the time. And I told her she just needs to cleanse, you know, because her body's not absorbing it. And within 1 month, just cleansing, not using oils topically, her skin cleared up. So it's amazing. But I want you to recognize some of the signs of nutritional deficiency. Okay, so you know that your body's not absorbing the nutrients you ought to. Okay, so the white bands of rice on your nails, you know, the little white things. Okay, brittle, soft, peeling nails, that's a sign. Dry, flaky, itchy skin, dandruff or dry hair, cracked skin on your heels. Okay, that's bacteria, fungus, and stuff in your body. Okay, excessive thirst leading to dehydration, headaches. Okay, frequent urination, poor wound healing. So when you have a little zit or you have a cut, it takes a while to heal. Okay, it should heal like that. After you sleep, wake up and it's mostly gone. Okay, so lower immunity and frequent infections. Okay, you catch everything, you know, dry eyes, fatigue. Fatigue is big. Okay, allergies, of course, poor attention span and hyperactivity. This is why we help the children too. Okay, right, difficulties and problems learning and remembering. Okay, poor gut health. Okay, and it keeps on going. Anyone have any questions about this? Okay, does that make sense? So if you think your pipes have things crusted in it, it can't absorb the nutrients that you put in your body. Okay, so very soon, when you are cleansed, when you eat food, you'll taste the food more and you'll be able to enjoy the different flavors more. Sometimes when people have a lot of toxins, they say, oh, the food tastes the same. And they have to put lots of salt or lots of seasoning in to taste the food. Okay. One of my friends, she did yoga. After she started doing the cleanse and then she started taking the supplements, she looked at her hand and she's like, oh, I was just doing downward facing dog and looked at my hands and it's like shiny and, you know, the skin is so moist. It's like, oh, it's not dry as it used to be. And she was like, yeah, because the nutrients are absorbing into every crevice of your body. Okay, it's being absorbed now. Yay. Okay, so how would better nutrition benefit our life? Okay, so the nutrition is like building blocks. Okay, so they're like quality building blocks to maintain a quality body. So if we put junk, we're making our body out of junk. You know, you don't want to build your house with, you know, sticks. You want to build it with bricks and cement and proper things, right? That's the same with your body. Sometimes people don't make the connection. They're like, whatever, I feel like eating this. But your body's going to use that as a raw material to build your body. So it better be good stuff, okay? So if you have better nutrition, you will feel energy, vitality, and mental clarity. Right? When people can't remember stuff and they're thinking round and round in circles and they can't make sense of anything, I'm like, that's nutritional deficiency. You know, let's get, you know, yourself fed. Okay. Beautiful skin, hair, nails, and teeth. Right? Healthy weight. When you have clearer cells, cleaner cells, your cells will tell you, hey, you're full, stop eating. Right? Sometimes when people don't have that clear channel, they eat and eat and eat and they have another bowl, another, you know, whatever. And then finally the message gets to their brain and they're like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that second bowl, right? Because it's so slow. So when you have cleaner body, you'll say, I'm full. I know 2 more bites, but no, I'm not going to eat it. I'm really full. Okay. And children who don't have clean cells, they don't know when they're hungry and they don't know when they're full. Okay, so you might have kids that eat non-stop and some kids that just don't want to eat anything at all, even though they haven't eaten like for 5 hours, right? Have you seen that? Have you experienced that before? Yeah. So when you have better nutrition, your body can sleep better because when you sleep, your body's repairing. So imagine when you sleep, all the switches are off. Then the good guys come out and say, oh, okay, let's use the material to build and repair and build and repair. If you didn't feed yourself good stuff, they have no material to work with, to repair with. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So when we have good nutrition, everything will fall into place. It's going to be beautiful. All right, so that's why our solution is to cleanse and detox our body. So basically we're doing 3 things, you guys. We're doing a nutritional cleanse with nutritionally cleansing and organ cleansing. So that's called activating. So it's sort of like opening the windows, opening the doors, and sweeping and vacuuming your house. That's when you start cleaning, right? And then we do the gut cleansing. So that's when you're scrubbing, big time. Scrub the corners, scrub the things that are just very stubborn, right? And then we do a cellular cleanse. So we're renewing. So it's sort of like polishing. Okay, that's what this whole cleanse and restore is all about. Alrighty, so let's go through each one of these. Right, you can ask questions if you like in the chat, or you can just unmute and ask. Okay. All right, so we're going to use the Lifelong Vitality Pack, you guys. All right, so if you have already started using it, fantastic. Right, you know what it feels like. If you've been super sick all your life, right, just start on the Lifelong Vitality Pack now. Okay, just so you have a feel of what it does for you. Okay, so your body's not doing too much when we start the cleanse. So we have nutrients. Okay, it helps replace the poor anti-nutrients, and then we have the supplements to help fuel your body. So there's Zendocrine. It's Zendocrine Soft Gel and Zendocrine Complex. So there's 2 Zendocrines that we're taking, and they're different. Okay, they support the body in cleansing. Okay, so it helps flush unwanted substances, helps with a healthy liver, detoxifies the organs. So you've got the lungs, the liver, the kidneys, the bladder, and then the skin is going to help cleanse those. Okay, so it's supposed to be filter. I'm supposed to change a filter out the bad and keep the good. Some of us, because of our our negativity, we sometimes filter out the good and keep the bad. All right, so this here is encouraging us to filter out the bad and keep the good. All right, and so we have the Terrazyme, the PB Assist and GX Assist helps with the gut. So it helps clean out the bad gut flora, helps remove unfriendly environmental threats, which is, fungus, bacteria, viruses, parasites. Okay, helps promote positive beneficial bacteria and helps break down and remove gut buildup. All right, so I had people tell me that the poop that comes out of them is black and hard, so just stuff from forever ago. So it's really interesting. So the DDR Prime, okay, and the lemon oil is to promote healthy cells. It helps us recover from oxidative stress, helps reduce free radicals, and helps cleanse the cells of their waste. Okay, that's pretty much what we're doing. So it's so much more than just, juicing or whatever. Any questions? All right, so this is what it looks like, you guys. All right, so that's the chart. You can get that chart from my website. So we have 10 days. We take the Lifelong Vitality Pack for 30 days, but we have the middle 10 days where we take the GX Assist, and then we have the last 10 days where we do the PB Assist and then the DDR Prime. You see the bottom bar, the lemon oil we take for all 30 days, the Zendocrine and Terrazyme, Zendocrine Complex and Terrazyme we take for 30 days as well. Okay, so the soft gel, Zendocrine soft gel, we take for the first 10 days. All right, so this is the check boxes. So you can get this tracking sheet from my website, print it out, and you can just tick it as you go, okay, to make it easy. So whatever you take, you just tick it off, and then you know what days you do what. And I would recommend that you journal and organize your thoughts a little bit. Okay, because sometimes us women, we think and think and think, and we think round in circles. Okay, so we write everything down and then just let it go, and it's easier. Okay, that way we let poop go, we let toxins go, you know, we pee things out. Otherwise, if we keep on thinking, you know, it just stays in there. And it also helps you write down your experiences. Right, today I have a headache, or oh my gosh, my skin's so nicer now, or I got a lot more energy than yesterday. Okay, so you can keep track of the changes. I don't know about some of you, but some of you that have been in doTERRA for a long time, I feel like I take my good health for granted now, because I changed incrementally, and slowly and slowly I have more and more energy. You know, my skin is clear. I just take things for granted. And I don't realize the huge difference from when I started. And sometimes it helps just to record it and then read back and remember how it was. So when I'm helping people, I'm like, oh, you know what? I think I remembered how that was ages ago, but you know, that's forever ago. I just, you know, don't know how it feels anymore. Okay, guys, is that easy peasy enough? Any questions or comments? All right, so let's go over this a little bit. All right, remember, healthy cells equal healthy tissues equal healthy organs equal healthy you. Our cells on the outside of it has something we call receptor sites. Okay, it's sort of like looking and receiving information. Okay, so toxins block the receptors, and sometimes because it's blocked too much, it atrophies or it doesn't receive the chemical signals that it's looking for. So earlier I've mentioned how, you know, when you're eating food, your body says, oh, I'm full, send the message to the brain, tell the brain that that's full to stop eating. But then, you know, the messages are going and going, and it just has too much traffic to go through, and finally it gets to your brain. And, you know, if your brain doesn't have like receptor sites that are clean, right, it's not going to receive the message very well. Okay, so as you clean your cells communicate much better. Okay, and so much faster. Okay, does that make sense? Yes, we're going to talk about protocols for very sick people soon. All right, but I want you to see this is your ultimate goal. Okay, so when people do the cleanse, they think it's like a diet or something. They're just going to do it and then they go right back to where they were before. But expect yourself to be changed, and every single time you do it, you change further. Okay, so clear thinking. Who wants that? You know, read something, remember. You know, think something, think and speak it clearly. Okay, you want strength, energy, and vitality. I felt like at one point, I wish I could just disappear because my kids deserved a better mother. I was so tired all the time. I wanted to run around and help them and play with them, but I was so tired. And I was like, oh, you know, you guys deserve someone else. But now I'm like that, and I'm so grateful. Okay. So good sleep. Who wants good sleep? When you wake up in the morning, you're like, what day is it? Where am I? That's a good sleep, when you're just like conked out. You know, not like, wait, I just closed my eyes and now I'm awake again. Oh, I still feel tired. You know, that's not a good sleep. Okay. Less allergies, of course. Okay. Your healthy weight, right? Your weight will naturally be healthy. Okay. Most people need to lose weight. Some people need to gain weight. Okay. But your physical body will come to its natural healthy weight when your body's clean and it has proper communication signals. Okay. So you're happier, you're calmer. Okay. Then your skin, hair, and nails are nicer. Okay. And of course, more mobility and movement, right? You can touch your toes, you know, you can bend over, you can do stuff. It's amazing. Your knees work, right? And then of course you have healthy digestion. So none of that bloating and, you know, other digestive gut concerns. So that's our goal, right? So that's the reason why we do what we're doing. All right, so let's talk about the Vitality Pack. So it's called Lifelong Vitality Pack for a reason, because you take these are food-based, and it helps you throughout your life with lots and lots of things. Okay, so helps with just the foundational things. Okay, so who doesn't need this, right? And doTERRA makes it so that it's so affordable. I am so grateful that, you know, they give it to us for the price that they did. When I first started doTERRA, it was twice as much, and I felt like it was inexpensive compared to everything else I was doing, right? But now it's like half the price, so that's amazing, right? You guys, anyone love the Lifelong Vitality Pack?
I've got to say I do. I
Yeah.
love it. I've been on it for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and I get up in the morning and go to the gym, and usually by about 2 o'clock in the afternoon I'm hitting a wall,
Yeah.
and I've got so much energy and I feel so alive. And actually I'm an asthmatic as well, so my lungs are actually better. I haven't needed the Ventolin or anything. It's been great.
Yep. Yeah. I'm so glad you mentioned that too. I used to have asthma too, and I haven't had an asthma attack in maybe 8 years. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was the main reason why I wanted to join up, because my asthma was starting to go out of control. And a few years ago I went to a naturopath, and I had it under control, and I thought, no, this is the way to go. I need something that's going to be natural to move forward, and it's been great.
Yeah, well done. Well, thank you so much, Alison, for sharing that. So yeah, Lifelong Vitality Pack, the overall goal is to reduce oxidation, because oxidation causes aging, okay? And inflammation causes pain for us. So that's why we have more mobility. You know, 2 o'clock, you're not tired, right? That's the idea. Okay, so you have the Z Omega. I'm so excited about this because I used to take very expensive fish oil, and this is like half the price, but so much better. It has 9 essential oils in there. Okay, it has plant and marine based, so it's like a spectrum. It's not just from one source. And I love the red carotenoid because that's what helps with endurance. Okay, vitamin A, D, and E, and of course all natural ingredients. It helps with the heart health, the circulation, brain, joints. So think about your joints needs oils, like to, you know, like car oil, engine oil, kind of like that. You know, it helps with the mobility, so it's not squeaky anymore. And the soft gels are small, so I like that too. So they're not horse size. So you have the nano size, you know, supplement. That means that it's smaller than the regular lipids, so it will emulsify and go through the water layers of your body. So that's amazing. We have lots of water layers, and sometimes you take very expensive fish oil and you just skip out fish oil. But with doTERRA, it seeps through, so your body absorbs it. And so that's why I mentioned like the hair and the nails and the skin is moist and shiny, right? That's because these, you know, supplements seep through and absorbs in our body. So that's amazing. So the Z Omega it comes in a vegan as well. So there's the vegan version for those who want vegan. Alrighty. Okay, so the next one is your multivitamins, but it's not your typical multivitamin. So it's 22 essential vitamins. They're chelated minerals, so they're not ground up rocks. Okay, that's why I recommend this for people who are pregnant. Okay, the supplements, because it's better than taking the supplements that are made from ground up rocks. That's not from food. Your body doesn't know what to do with it. Okay, there's lots of polyphenols. I mean, there's, you know, the whole foods. Do you eat kale and dandelion, parsley and kelp and broccoli and Brussels sprouts every day, you know? So it has all those. There's the tummy tamer, and the caraway is in there too. And there's 8 enzymes. So those people who are, you know, worried that they couldn't buy the Terrazymes, like the Microplex VM has enzymes in them too, okay? It breaks down starches and sugars and proteins, and it's a small veggie capsule, right? Non-GMO, gluten-free. So I love the fact that doTERRA is very smart, and they're aware of all the people in the world. So they have, they test the different markets. So this is an example of the US market, right? So they say this is the average food and that people eat, and this is how much nutrients they have, and this is where they need to be to have optimal range. And when they, you know, so that's us, we're a little bit short of the optimal range, okay? But, you know, sometimes we have supplements that is the US standard, and it barely makes a dent, okay? And then there's some mega supplements that just too far, too much, and it can cause problems for us. So with doTERRA, they give you more, a little bit more than the regular, but to move you in your optimal range. And they do this with the supplements all over the world. So the Koreans have their own version, you know, because their nutritional needs are different. You know, Australians are different. So they have, you know, I mean, Australian American share very similar diets. But you can see how amazing they are just to personalize the supplements for everyone. So it's not one supplement for the rest of the world. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so let's go on to the Alpha CRS. Okay, so this one is the specialty for doTERRA. Okay, you have your super antioxidants in there. Okay, you know, you heard of the coenzyme Q10, quercetin, alpha lipoic acid. It's all in there. So if you look at that, it's like $250 worth of products in our Lifelong Vitality supplements. It's amazing. Okay, so there's the Alpha CRX. Okay, so guys, we all need enzymes, okay, to assist and speed up cellular chemical reactions to help break down food, helps repair tissues in our body. So if you've had some sort of you know, internal issue, right? If you've had surgery or whatever, you know, you need this to help repair the tissues. And it helps people who often feel overwhelmed and they overthink. So who here overthinks? think too much. Okay, this helps you relax a little bit more, because when you overthink, you're not letting your body digest, okay, and things are stuck in there. So we experience constipation, or we just go to the bathroom just once a day instead of 3 times a day. Okay, so the reality is the food that we eat don't have enough enzymes, okay, and then our body makes less enzyme as we get older, and so we have enzyme deficiency. So that's why we need this. Okay, so we have the 10 different enzymes that break down all those things. I want to save time, so I won't read them all, but you take 2 capsules with food each meal. Okay, that means you might take it 6 a day. Okay, so I had a girl that was very severely overweight. She takes about 8 a day. So with everything she eats. So that was good. She lost 90 pounds in 11 months. That's good. All right. So my husband has a video of the Terrazyme. So in 5 minutes, it turned this porridge or oatmeal into this liquid. Okay. So you could try that experiment. But then it's just a way to see what it does in your body. So it helps your food and the waste break down, so your body can absorb it more. Okay, so your body can use that nutrient more, and then you know, you won't suffer from nutritional deficiency as much. Okay, I really love the Zendocrine. Helps my dad with his kidney stones. So amazing. So it's a blend of rosemary, juniper berry, cilantro, geranium, and tangerine. And then the Zendocrine whole food complex has all of these ingredients. I won't read it all, but it helps support your liver, your kidneys, your bladder, your lungs, your skin. It aids your body in getting rid of unwanted substance, okay? And it purifies it, all right? So especially people who need to cleanse their liver, if they eat drink a lot, it really helps with that, okay? So let's talk about GXSS. This is, you know, very, very strong. So it's a blend of oregano, melaleuca or tea tree, a lemon, lemongrass, peppermint, and thyme. And this is a special tea tree, okay? That you can take internally, right? So you take one of these with your evening meal on day 11 to 20. Now, if you guys have done this cleanse before, you are welcome to take it during the day as well. My husband, after he cleansed a few times, he decided he's going to take it every 6 hours. And it really helped him cleanse. But the reason why we ask people to take it in the evening, because sometimes it causes cramps, right? And it's hot. And if it's the first time for you, you want it to happen while you sleep, okay? So you're not experiencing any of that discomfort. That's why we ask you to do that at nighttime. Sorry, I meant day 11, not day 10. So take it for 10 days, okay? And it helps cleanse out the bacteria, fungus, parasites, and helps you let go of the things that bug you. Okay, that's the emotional side. Sorry guys, we're going a little bit over time. Any questions? So that one tip I want to give you is, as you do the cleanse, you want to focus on what makes you joyful and simplifying your life. So you might want to clean your house, your actual house, go declutter, okay, as well. All right, so day 21 to 30, we want to, because we've cleansed, we've scrubbed, now we want to polish, okay? So you can take 3 PBSs with your evening meal. So at nighttime, it's going to re-establish the healthy flora in your body. So this is a double encapsulation designed to reach the gut, okay? And it has 6 strains of 6 billion colony forming units in there. So it's frozen there. So you don't need to refrigerate it, okay? So it creates this healthy shield in your gut that helps with higher immunity, right? And if you it helps you take more food in, because it helps you break down the foods, then you'll have healthier skin, a strong immunity, a clearer thinking, okay? So the emotional side is you allow people to help you. You are more collaborative. Sometimes people take it without helping themselves change on the emotional level, but I'm encouraging you to think collaborative, right? So that you can utilize PBSs much better, okay? So you're not doing it passively. All right, DDR Prime is magic. It helps people with so many problems, cellular problems. So these are the ingredients, okay? Frankincense, thyme, lemongrass. Helps with prevent DNA damage. Okay, helps with healthy apoptosis, which is lemongrass, clove, and neoli. Okay, so that's probably the tea tree, the melaleuca that was in the GX Assist. Okay, and oxidative stress, orange and summer savory is in there. Okay, so you take 1 with your breakfast and 1 with your evening meal. For those people who have had cancers and tumors and stuff like that, they can take a little bit more, okay? Or use the oil, apply it to your feet, and dilute it and apply it to wherever area that you have issues. So guys, just a few more slides here, sorry. Well, actually, more than a few, just a little bit more. Your cells have 3 jobs, okay? If you heard me before, I repeat this over and over again. Your cell's supposed to duplicate. It's supposed to make copies of itself. It's supposed to have, we call it mitosis. It's supposed to have its specialized function. And it's supposed to have apoptosis, which is self-destruct. At the end of its life, it's supposed to stop, right? Sometimes when it's damaged, right, and it duplicates itself, its damaged self, we call that cancer. We call that tumor. Okay, so what we want to do is ask it to 1, repair itself, or 2, self-destruct. Okay, and so that's what the DDR Prime does. It goes in there and says, you know, make sure you repair, or if you're beyond repair, self-destruct. I had a guy with a huge tumor under his chin, the size of his fist, and we used DDR Prime, 2 in the morning, 2 at night, and then he rubbed it on twice a day as well. And then the tumor went down to the size of his thumbnail in 2 months. So that's amazing, because it did just that. It asked the cells to repair or self-destruct. Okay, so 6 cells supposed to die off to make room for new cells, basically. And that's what we do. Okay, So make sure you drink a lot of water and drink it in glass. Okay, lemon oil is fantastic, great for the liver, great for the gallbladder as well. Okay, so it really helps cleanse your body, just like you're cleansing your house, it cleanses the inside. It aids in digestion. Okay, it helps with hydration. So if you're drinking a lot of water and your body's not absorbing the water, just put a couple of drops of lemon oil in there and you'll find that your body absorbs better. Especially people who play sports, they can get cramps, leg cramps and things, and this helps with that. And it helps with detoxing, and of course it uplifts your mood. All right, so that is your 30-day cleanse, you guys. So when you do that for 30 days, you should see some results, right? So what results are we looking for? We're looking for nice morning breath, clearer mind and thinking, okay, more energy and alertness. We're looking for balanced emotionally, healthy weight, clearer skin, okay, balanced appetite. That means, you eat when you're hungry, you stop when you're full. Regular bowel movements. So try to do at least 3 bowel movements a day, okay, and deeper, more restful sleep, and of course reduce muscle and joint pains. So those are the things we're looking for. Okay. So what are your biggest questions regarding cleansing and detoxing? So let me ask some of the questions for you, and then you can ask your other questions too. Okay. Is it going to be uncomfortable? Yes. Okay. Sometimes if the first time, maybe for people, they might not feel very uncomfortable. But as you start to cleanse more, it might be, but it's not unbearable, okay? So take it easy. So what foods can I eat and can't I eat? I'll tell you about it in a minute. Okay, so is it difficult to keep up? It's not when we're doing it together, and I have the reminder emails, and we have the Facebook group, okay, for the cleanse, okay? So how do I know when I need to do it again? So I'll tell you, okay? And actually, I'll tell you now, you can do it every 3 months, but when you're feeling like there's still stuff that you need to cleanse, you can just go ahead and do it again. All right? So will I go to the bathroom too much? So some people think that they're just gonna be in the bathroom all day long. It's not the case, okay? It's usually not the case. So you feel like you have to go again, but of course you don't have to run there or anything. Okay, so is it really gonna work for me? Everyone else has all these good experiences, but maybe I'm too sick or there's something wrong with me. Guys, we're all the same as humans, right? Our cells, if it's clean, it will function properly. Okay, I feel strongly that God made us to heal, right? There's a lot of pills. I hate pills. I just say, just take them, because better take these pills than to be sick and tired for the rest of your life, right? So just buck up and do it. Okay, so tips for you: track your cleanse, get support. Make sure your cousin, your sister, everyone else is doing it too. So you're doing it together to support each other. You live a healthy lifestyle. Try to declutter your home. So Marie Kondo your home as you go and do this, all right? Rest up a lot, simplify, eat foods as healthy as possible. Okay, don't try to go on a diet. That should be a lifestyle for you. Drink lots of water. Repeat the cleanse every 3 months. Okay, adjust the cleanse to you. All right, I'll tell you how to adjust it. And when you're feeling emotional, do some emotional healing, work things out. And for those people who have constipation, okay, it's because you're so stubborn. You heard me. If you experience constipation during this, it's because you're stubborn. You're holding on to a lot of fears. All right, you're trying to control things. You're trying to understand everything. All right, just relax, let go. All right, use cilantro, wintergreen, sandalwood, and balance oil to help relax the mind, to help you let go. Okay, very few people experience constipation, but some people do, so I'm letting you know now. All righty. Okay, so let's talk about the foods. Eat intuitively. enjoy your life, enjoy your food. Okay, don't stress like, oh my gosh, you know, this is how this many toxins, and oh my gosh, this is how many calories. Just enjoy, relax, eat as balanced as you can, eat whole foods, right? Eat sprouted and activated grains if you're going to eat grains. Eat happily. If you eat like super healthy, but you know, angrily and stuff, it's not going to do you any good. Okay, drink lots and lots of water. Alrighty. So some foods to avoid, just these are the basics. Okay, inflammatory foods, high toxin foods, fast foods. Okay, processed sugar. Okay, GMO wheat. All right, commercial dairy, because they've got lots of extra hormones in there. Bad oils and fats, canola oil, okay, and margarine. Don't touch that. It's just liquid plastic, okay, and soy products. So, you know, and even some corn. To just limit them as much as you can, or eliminate them if you can. All right. Some people ask me, can I make changes? Yes, you can. If, you know, you're detoxing too fast, you can reduce a lot of things. Okay, if something gives you a tummy ache and it's just too unbearable, yes, reduce that. Some people want to do the Slim and Sassy oil as well. Yep, you can add Slim and Sassy oil if you can manage it. If it's your first time, don't change it up too much. Okay, just follow it. So people like my husband, who's done it a few times, he doubled the GX Assist, and you know, and my friend, she did the celery cleansing and stuff on top of that. So that's interesting. But yeah, we just try to keep it as close to the program as possible. All right, so people who are super duper sick. All right, if you've got the, you know, a common cold or whatever, then that's not super duper sick. I'm talking about people with medications, you know, like 10 medications that they're on. You guys should start slowly, even extend it to 2 months. So spread everything out and take less, just because when you open your cells up, a lot of toxins are going to come out too fast. Okay. Even if you do Lifelong Vitality Pack and lemon oil, that's a good start. Okay, do that for a month and then do a cleanse the month after. If you're pregnant, don't do the cleanse. You don't want the toxins to be in your body that the baby will absorb. Okay, please cleanse before you're pregnant if you can, because that will help your baby not have allergies. Okay, because you don't want to pass all the toxins on. And then if you're children, don't need to do this cleanse, but we do have a cleanse for children. It's on my website. You just go click on kids cleanse, and then you'll see this. Okay, so that's the kids version. Our children have toxins too, you guys, so they do need a cleanse. I've helped my kids cleanse over and over again, and now they can take out supplements, so it's great. So when we release toxins, remember, it goes into our blood, it makes us uncomfortable. Our body's supposed to cleanse it out through peeing and pooping and sweating, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have rashes. Okay, for those people who do, okay, just slow down, take it easy, okay, but and relax, but allow yourself to just filter better. So that means you have to cleanse your kidneys, cleanse your liver more, so that it doesn't use the skin to detox through the skin. Okay, but be patient. My sister and I, we allowed it to happen to even you know, get worse, because it's going to pass. So after a little while, it clears up. That's because our body is trying to release a lot of toxins. Okay, so you have a hump. I call it a hump. So halfway through the cleanse, you feel really tired, and you know, it's going to be a difficult moment. So I tell people it's sort of like the heel. You push up, and then you feel like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Don't give up, please, because you've done a lot of work releasing all the toxins. If you give up now, your body will re-isolate the toxins again, put it back in the cells again. Okay, and just all that effort was for nothing. Okay, so keep drinking water, keep resting, and your body will continue to flush it out. And before you know it, after 2 or 3 days after the hump, you'll feel so much better. Okay, and you won't look back, because now, you know, your life is so much different. right? So now that you've done the cleanse and you've done with 30 days, now what? Okay, you can continue doing the Lifelong Vitality Pack all the time. Okay, lemon all the time. Like my sister said, just need to take the trash out every day, right? You need to wash the dishes every day, right? That's what we're doing, right? But you can use the other products as needed, okay? And the GX Assist is the biggie, right? And when you do another cleanse, you can add the GX Assist. For me, I like to do nearly all of these every day. So I'm pretty much always doing a cleanse of some sort. Yeah. Alrighty. So any questions? I am done, guys. Any questions? I'm gonna stop share. What do you guys think? You ready? Ready for the cleanse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very excited.
I'm excited because you become a different person. You really do, right?
Yeah.
You have more mental clarity. You're more confident. Yeah, you're healthier. Yeah, let me stop the recording and I'll get your questions.